So, disappointing result for the opening game of the season, eh, Scott? Yeah, very disappointing. But a lot of positives, as you said to the team after the game. So, thoughts on it?
Yeah, we know Trysull were a good side already. We know they got to a cup final this season. So it's one of them where we knew coming into this game was going to be tough. We knew we were going to be up for a fight. And I don't think we started off well. I think it took us a while to get into our game, but then when we did, and we did settle, we started to play our game and tried to create chances in their area. But the only problem was the damage had already been done with the first 2 goals. But yeah, it's one of them where it's something that we'll learn from. Being our first season with this young side, we're proud of them that they never gave up. They kept fighting to the end. So yeah, we'll work on it and hopefully get better.
Yeah. So like you said, there were 2 goals in the first 5 minutes of the game, and would you have thought that maybe that kind of, you know, where they kind of thought it kind of deflated the team a little bit? Because I know later in the game they kind of had a few more chances. Do you think it was kind of motivation for them to get back into it?
I think when those 2 goals went in, we made a couple of changes to strengthen up our midfield, and I think that worked because the players that came on brought a positive look onto the field. So it was one of them where it bolstered the lads who were down and got us going, and that's why our game started to improve. But we just didn't test our keeper enough today. We could have done a lot more in my eyes, but like I said, we're going to come across teams as good as this, and we've got to be able to test them.
Absolutely, and I know that you mentioned just about speaking about goalkeepers. I know Blake had a really good game, didn't he? Considering there was 4 goals that were conceded, but I noticed especially in the first half he made a terrific amount of saves. What are your comments on him?
Yeah, it could have been a lot more. We were lucky for it to be 4-0, and I think that's credit to the whole team as a whole. But Blake was a massive part of that. If it wasn't for Blake, it could have been a lot more goals. Some key, crucial saves. A couple from one-on-ones, but then some really good shot-stopping saves. But Blake came into this because our number 1 keeper was injured before the kick-off. So Blake came into it thinking that he was starting on the bench. Then to just come on from the off and start and play the full 90, he did well. And
I know you've got a couple of games coming up soon. Do you expect to make any changes going into those games from today?
We'll look at it. We'll probably introduce some lads who didn't feature today. We played a strong bench today. We had a strong bench. Some of the impacts that we had from that bench will probably start now, or probably look to possibly start. But it's one of them, but we don't want to do wholesale changes. We want to just do small changes here and there and see how the lads doing training, and we'll go from there.
Cool, thank you very much, Scott.
No worries.
We'll see you in the next game. Thank you very much.
All the best.